Okay, it's morning time. Welcome back to the channel, Keeping It Simply Solar. And you know, it's coffee time. So we about to use our brand new power station to make us a cup of coffee. So here, as you can see, we starting with 53.19 volts. And that's cool. And we got our meter right here so we can tell what's going on, how much power we're about to be using. And we're gonna watch the power here. And we're gonna watch the power here, see how much the battery goes down. And we're gonna see how much we're consuming. Then after that, we're gonna plug our wires in right here for photovoltaics, as they like to call it. Really, they're just solar panels. But photovoltaic, you hear how technical I sounded saying that? Yeah. Technicality. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our coffee. Okay, y'all know I'm gonna speed this up so y'all don't gotta sit here and watch this thing pour out slow. But this is about to be a good cup of coffee though. Okay, we're using almost 1,300 watts. That thing is always consistent. This is one coffee maker that I could say is consistent with its 1,300 watts. And we're down 52.31. We're not really down too much. I think we was at 53 something. So, and I'm pretty sure once this cup of coffee is finished, then we're gonna shoot back up to 53. And again, all right, we're using 1,200 watts. All right. Yeah, we're getting there. 52.19. Uh-oh. We know what that sound means. That means we got a cup of coffee. Yeah, I'm gonna stop showing their logo and everything. They're not giving me a check, so I'm not gonna be promoting their coffee maker without them giving me a check, bro. All right, so that's done. And it's now using no power. And we're at 52.80, 86. So let's add some solar. Let's see what we get. Yeah, we got our solar charge control over here. Not the best, but it works really good though, I can't lie. It's like a little $25, $26 on eBay, but it works great. So let's get our solar going on here. Okay. Okay. And let's watch the magic happen. Gotta wait for the solar charge controller. There it go. So it's charging back up. Already you showing that you're charging at 53 volts going into the battery right now. So that's working out. Our coffee's done. So what we about to do is we're about to tear this down to see how I built it so that you can see how easy it is for you to build you one. Again, everything you're seeing right now, $1,000. I mean, not including my voltage meter, okay? That's separate. That's separate and apart. But yeah, $1,000 for this powerful, super powerful power station. All right, let's tear it apart, see what's inside. Step one, we're gonna disconnect our solar. This is pretty much the only tool that we're gonna need for this whole procedure, which is crazy. I mean, we may use other things, but mostly this. Okay. So move this. Our voltage meter. Okay, let's lay it down. We're gonna remove our leads over here. I'm supposed to turn this off. Okay, also it's very important. Don't let these two cables touch. Boy, you're gonna learn something if you do. Okay. Keep them as far apart as you can. Put our nuts back on. We don't want to lose those. Okay, so I am going to remove the entire inverter. I wasn't sure if I was going to do that at first. But yeah, I'm going to remove the whole thing, strip it butt naked, and then we're going to rebuild it again. That way you guys figure out how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to need a 10 millimeter. So now with all our bolts removed, we can remove our inverter. And we can open up our travel case. Okay, so here's the part we have to be careful with. Let me readjust this. Okay, so getting these cables through this luggage, through the front of this luggage case, is a little bit tricky because you have to do one at a time and you cannot let these touch. So this part is a little bit dangerous. Okay, so the red wants to go first. So we're gonna push the red through as we open it. There. Okay, we get the red safely out the way. And now for the black. And negatives out. So our case is open. And this is what she looks like. Okay? Beautiful mess. She is a beautiful mess inside. So let's go over everything and get it taken apart and get it put back together so we can use our power station again. Okay, so here we have 48 volts because we have 4 12-volt batteries all running in series. So in other words, this battery connects to this battery, which then connects to this battery, which connects to this battery, which goes out to form our negative and our positive. So we have a negative and a positive feed coming from here, which attaches to our inverter. And we also have our negative leading up to the top and our positive leading up to the top because we have posts on the top of this case too, so we can connect it to larger systems, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so here at the top of the case, we also have terminals. So we have our positive terminal and we have our negative terminal. So we can connect our solar chargers, also we can connect it to a bigger bank of batteries to increase the life of it. I mean, this thing comes with a lot of options that, you know, the solar chargers that they make now, or power stations they make now, yeah, they also have a lot of these options, but the difference is this was only $1,000. And so let's just do some math real quick because this one was actually less than $1,000. So our travel case was $60 and that was on Temu. I'll leave a link for that. Let's go. So our travel case is 60. Our inverter here was 240 bucks. So that's 300 bucks. I mean, yeah, it's 300 bucks, yeah. And so each battery was about $100. Let's just even go and say $125. So let's just say this is $500 worth of batteries, lithium. So we're at 300 plus 500, and that's for everything. So 800 bucks. I mean, that doesn't include the wires, but what are the wires? Like another 40, 50 bucks maybe? So for 850, we created what you would have to go pay close to $4 grand for. And we did a hell of a job doing it. This is nice. This is not a bad build at all. So, okay. So let's take it apart. I've been told I really know how to swing this wrench. I appreciate that. Okay. We're just going to randomly pull things apart because this doesn't have to happen in any specific order. And the whole point is to get it all taken apart anyway. So, okay. Let's get you over here. You next. Favorite wrench. God told me the technical name of it, but I forgot. It was like open or closed in box metric something. I forgot, but it was some dope technical name that he had for it. I want him to know, yes, I heard you, and I appreciate you giving me the technical name, although my memory for stuff like that is not really great at all. I'm gonna go back and look at that comment though, so I remember him telling me what kind of wrench it was. Okay, so these are our cables that are going to the top posts. I'm gonna get those out of the way. They're not powered by anything because they're disconnected. Okay, remove our foam that keeps our side secure so it ain't bouncing around. Okay, let's remove our batteries. Okay. She is butt naked to the bone. And it's this simple to build a power station. So to go out and pay thousands of dollars for a power station is literally asinine. It makes no sense to do whatsoever. So we just got like a thin board here, which we should actually have one of these on the top of it too. So I think when we rebuild it, we're gonna put one of these on the top, just to make sure that we don't suffer any shorts or anything like that. So we're gonna rebuild it a little bit different, make some improvements. That was the prototype. So now that we're redoing it, we're gonna make some improvements. So let's get our build restarted. Okay, so we got our second one, and we're gonna save this for last because we're gonna be putting this on the top of the batteries after it's all said and done, just to make sure that we're not making any connections anywhere that it shouldn't be making. And for the build, we're gonna start with the inverter first because I want to be able to stabilize it in a way I wasn't able to stabilize it before. Okay, so let's go with the inverter. has 4. Now the reason it was important for me to put it on in this order was because now I get to open it and secure it in a way I wasn't able to secure it when I first built it. So now I get to put some nuts on each of these bolts and make sure that they're all the way in and that I don't ever have to worry about the inverter ever coming off. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I put our wooden board under the inverter just so we don't scratch up the face of it because I don't want it looking crazy. So, there we go. And now we're gonna get started with the battery part. So let's get our batteries in. Let's get some weight in here. There we go. Let's get our styrofoam going. And there you have it. Sturdy. Okay, let's connect our batteries in series. Yeah, there you go. Way better. Cable connector number 2. Okay, so let's get this one going. We're going to connect these 2 batteries, and this should give us 48 volts. Okay, perfect. And now we wire up our cables that go to the inverter. And with these cables, we also include the cables that we use to go to the top post. So we're going to weave this through here. And that's going to attach here. And we're going to weave this one through here. And that will attach here. Okay, so let's go with our positive. Again, important, do not, under any circumstances, let the red touch the black at this end of the battery, no matter what. You get the spark of your life. Okay, let's get that out of the way. That way I don't have to be nervous about anything or overthink it. Okay. Okay. I know it looks dangerous, but it's not. I know what I'm doing. I should make a spark just because. Okay. Now with that done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna weave in our wires into the top of our case. And we're gonna start with our positive. Oh, no, we're gonna start with our negative. Positive has to have to weave in a little further. Okay, so our negative is in. Maybe we should secure that just to get it out of the way and we don't have to worry about it when we put the positive through. So let's go ahead and secure it. It doesn't have to be all the way on. It just has to be so it can't move and I don't have to worry about it. And now we're going to weave our positive through. Oh, hold on. We need to put our wooden board on top of these batteries to make sure that nothing makes contact. And now we can weave a positive through. Okay. You may get a small spark. That's because the resistors are not charged up. So here we go. We're in. And she's powered on, which she should not be. Okay, let's get it closed up. And then we can secure our wires. Styrofoam makes it a little bit harder to close, but you want that. That's really what you want. Okay, she's nice and tight. Now let's adjust our battery wires and tighten them down. And there you have it. What you have here is a 100% working 48 volt, 3300 watt power station. And it's mobile. Take it where you want, go where you like, call it a weekend. Okay. So there is one other thing we got to do with this, which is to add our solar charge connector, which is this puppy right here. And we'll slide this through here. These are really sturdy cables right here that I made out of like a thick copper wire. Not really a wire, almost like a hanger, like a copper hanger inside. So I can bend this in any kind of way that I want and it's nice and strong. That's our positive. That's our negative. Just tighten it down. Okay. Okay, as you can see, we're reading 53 volts, and we're just getting like some ghost numbers here. But we're gonna now connect our solar panel, and we're gonna charge up. And there she goes. She's charging. 250 and climbing. I'm gonna say our power station is good to go. So, okay, it's charging almost 500 watts now. Let's go. I'm gonna show you guys my solar panel array in my next video because it is a ground mount, and I also have one on top of my houseboat, which I'll show you how I set that array up too. But on this one, this was about the power station, and as promised yesterday, we would tear it down, rebuild it, and have a 3,500 watt power station of our own for, what was it, $850? Nailed it. I want to thank all y'all for tuning in to Keeping It Simply Solar and watching my videos. Right now, I'm just over 2,500 subscribers, and I don't know how to thank you guys enough. Like, for real, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope it's helpful to watch. I hope you're learning. I'm no expert. I want to be very clear about that. I'm only sharing with you guys what it is that I learned so far, and I'm trying to take all the complicated methods out of it because who needs to learn like that? So again, thank you for watching Keeping It Simply Solar. And I also want to say, our job here is to take America off the grid, one house at a time. See you in the next video.